Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. So, episode 11. We just wrapped up our... No. Episode 11, we just wrapped up our playoff gradings. Be sure to check all of those out. For some reason, they keep losing views. Like, literally, YouTube takes views off our videos.
That's just YouTube goes through and they'll, they have, anti-bot stuff, and they...
I'm fine. I welcome all bots. I'm total equality.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't.
Total equality.
YouTube doesn't.
So, yes, be sure to go check those out. This is not on that, though. This is separate. Also, be sure to check all of our Star Wars content, because it's gaining a lot of steam.
Yes. We should also, we should talk about some signings that we missed that happened during those...
Yeah. So, Jake DeBrusk signed back with... Actually, do you want to talk about the Sergachev one?
Yeah, we'll start there.
Sergachev was like 4.7 mil. Actually, I have a link. I save every single sign.
I'm sure you do.
No, because I know that we need it, Carter.
Fair. I wasn't doubting you.
Let's see here. Mikhail Sergachev signed for 3 years at $4.8 million. That's really good.
Yeah,
that's a really good deal. That kid's gonna be. He's 22 years old. This will take him until he's 25. He put up 10 goals and 34 points. No, he's really good. He's a first pair defenseman for sure. Mm-hmm. Jake DeBrusk signed with the Boston Bruins for $3.675 million at 2 years. Now, Jake DeBrusk is interesting, because Jake DeBrusk, I compare it a lot to a Jack Roslovic, in the sense of Boston seems to always want a little more than they get from him. But the thing is that...
a lot like Jack Roslovic.
Yeah, well, here's the thing is that I think Jake DeBrusk is better on the power play than Jack Roslovic.
Yep. Where
Jack Roslovic fills into the second slot, and let's be honest, when we're talking about the Winnipeg Jets power play, nobody's talking about the second power play unit. No one looks at the Brian Little-led power play unit and says, "Oh,
well, not anymore.
Better watch out." No, exactly. So
poor Brian Little.
Yeah, poor Brian Little.
Yeah.
Enjoy LTIR Island, as I say. Huh? He's getting paid.
I've never heard you
say
that.
He's making the money. Well, that's because I haven't had to talk about it till now.
Oh, well, yeah.
It has affected us.
There you go.
I'm loving the new tripod. I don't have to worry about the camera going...
Yeah, I was about to say, when I posted the other one, I said, oh, yeah, we have to say goodbye to a...
Say goodbye to all the slanting...
problematic tripod.
Yes.
It's not even a tripod. It was a selfie stick taped to a cardboard box.
With, a thing that you sit on when you lift weights.
With, an upside-down seat with a little,
It's a mess.
Yeah. Posted a bit on the Instagram. You'll be able to see that.
Do you want to talk about the main thing, though? Because there's not really many signs.
Zach, are we thinking the same thing when it comes to the main thing?
Yeah.
Evander Kane.
I want to see it.
It's funny.
I want to see it.
It's funny. When Evander Kane first left Winnipeg, after everything that happened, I think a lot of people in Winnipeg...
You would have been...
What year was this?
It's 2000...
I remember this situation very clearly.
I'll Google it. I don't want to be wrong.
Was it 2013? No, it wasn't that close. It was 2014 maybe.
2015.
2015, yeah.
So you would have been 12. I would have been 15.
Yeah, I remember this, and I remember.
Actually, no, it would have been. We would have been younger because it was in February.
So I would have been
14. You would have been 11. Yeah.
I remember this situation very clearly. Now, I think there was some more recent developments on what actually happened and what didn't actually happen.
Yes, so, let's move past this quick, because we're not going to stew on the past
But the point is that everyone in Winnipeg at that point in time kind of unanimously hated.
Kind of? It was a very unanimous hatred.
Unanimously
and over the
hated
years,
Evander Kane.
As Evander Kane has gotten interviewed about it, it's become very clear that he doesn't like talking about it, and mostly I think that is because he's 100% in the wrong, and I think I remember watching an interview of it, and you should definitely look into it, and it's pretty much just goes over the tracksuit incident. Every single comment on that video, it's oh, you can smell that BS from him, because he's kind of maneuvering around the question, even the interviewer seems
politician.
No, even the interviewer seems but that doesn't make, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
There's a lot of things that he did wrong, and also,
yeah.
based on the alleged gambling debts he had in Vegas,
Money
kind of
phone.
add on to that.
Money phone.
Money phone.
You remember
money
that?
phone. Money phone.
Have you seen
Anyway,
that picture?
yes, where he's like on
The
the
money.
phone.
The money phone.
My favorite Evander Kane memory is the first time he comes back in Winnipeg. Warm up. He takes his first step out back on the ice, and steps on a puck and falls flat on his face.
Actually,
And gets
I don't
booed
remember.
Like, he's getting booed, and it's a huge
Oh,
cheer.
yeah, I was about to say I'd cheer so hard if I saw that. Anyways, but the point is that Evander Kane, not much love from Winnipeg at the time, but as time has went on, I've seen that obviously the interviews about it. He's avoided. You know, I think he's moved on from it. I love that.
Ooh, hey!
Yeah, but he's moved on from that, and that's fine, you know.
Now,
But I think he really found his good fit. In
I'm
San
gonna
Jose.
say it as a Winnipeg Jets fan.
This was awesome.
No, just not even just that. I want Kane to win this fight.
I want him to win this fight too because
I can't tell you enough how much I'm salivating at the bit to see an NHLer knock out a YouTuber. Think about all the crap about YouTubers making more money than certain NHL people. This guy is the most punchable person since Ninja. And, like, he actually has twice his arrogance. And it's like, because you hear certain YouTubers try to say
well,
they're
did
on
you
the
hear
same
his response?
level.
He didn't know what a fucking shark was.
I
He didn't know what a
I
fucking
pointed
shark
that out.
was.
Stop. We're gonna. YouTube doesn't like us as it is. But anyway, no, he's like, San Jose Sharks. What's that? Some kind of aquatic. And I posted this on my story. I'm like,
my
so he's saying he doesn't know what a shark is because like some sort of aquatic thing. Like if he
Either
played
that, or he's
if he played, for example, on the Philadelphia Flyers or the Washington Capitals, he's got a case there. The Washington what?
or the Wild.
Or the Minnesota Wild. Yeah, actually.
What? That one probably makes the least sense.
The
what
San
the hell?
Jose
What's a
Sharks.
Wild?
Yeah, the San Jose Sharks is not one of them. Also, too, he's like, is this you? And he's like, and it was thing of Evander Kane saying how cuddly he is. And then Evander Kane breakback shows him losing a fight. He's like, this you? And it's like, ooh.
And I remember I looked at a little bit. I looked a little bit more into the clip from. He's got like is it Logan or Jake Paul that has his own podcast?
They probably both do. Let's be
I
honest.
think
here.
it's Logan. I can't.
Let's be honest.
Who fucking cares?
Again!
Who cares?
God damn it!
Anyways, but,
No, I'm just saying.
But one of them's got a podcast and they're talking about this, and he's like, "Is this a main event caliber fight?"
Apparently, they didn't know that you take your gloves off to fight in the NHL.
Yeah, I heard
I
about
saw that
that
thing on Evander Kane.
Yeah,
Like,
Evander Kane was pointing that out.
That's a big deal. Like, that's a huge deal. I compare the publicity this could get, though, to, so, if anyone notices, if they ever go and search up the Adam Lowry versus Ryan Reeves fight, and it'll become relevant, and here's why it's relevant. The whole play surrounds Adam Lowry comes back right from suspension, like a day after hitting Oliver Killington, something, I can't say it. He gets suspended for a game. Calgary. It was the outdoor game. It was the end of the second period. And he hits Alex Tuck. Bit high, but Alex Tuck was not doing any favors by being on the boards like this. He doesn't run him, he just hits him. Now, Vegas does not like this hit. The crowd does not like this hit. So what happens is the next play face-off.
Oh, I remember this now.
Yeah. Ryan Reeves squares up the face-off. Ryan Reeves does not take many face-offs. And the announcers are like, yeah, Ryan Reeves isn't going to square out. And the officials try to move Reeves out of center, like just make him, take him off the ice. No.
Just wait a second.
No. And Lowry's like, no. Keep him on. Let's go. I'm good. And they drop it, and of course Lowry still goes hard on the draw because he needs those for his face-off stats. Wins the draw, and they just They just gloves off. Okay, getting all set. Referees are moving sticks out of the way, and they have a fight. And the amazing thing is, this got like 3 million views, which is a lot for a hockey video.
Yeah.
And all of the comments are the same. Fight. All the comments are the same. Wait, this is a thing? Or, well, I love how one of my favorites was, I love how the NHL commentators just immediately become fight commentators in a matter of 2 seconds. And I was like, oh, big right. Good luck. You got to grab the jersey. And he's like, why are these referees just... And then one was like, wait, the referees just let them go? What is this? Yeah. Genius sport.
Bruce Buffer needs to help out with the NHL when they come to fight. Absolutely.
Yeah, halfway through introductions, he's still going, and then boom, knockout. Ooh.
Yeah, but it's a good fight. And one thing I will say is that I don't think it was the officials that were trying to get Adam Lowry. I'm pretty sure it was Paul Maurice in the bench that was trying to get out. Really?
No.
I thought it was the bench.
Paul Maurice was annoyed because this is why, and we're a little off topic. That's okay, because I know this. I watched the game.
But this
Paul Maurice was annoyed because there is an instigator penalty. And he's like, how the hell is this not worthy of an instigator penalty? Like, you know what I mean? Because they put a guy, he thinks that they should have got the extra 2. That's why they were mad.
Yeah, I mean, they put him there for one reason.
Wheels, I don't think had any problem. I think Wheels knows that Lowry can hold his own.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lowry has proven that.
Yeah. No, but, like, back to Evander Kane, I think. And... I want Kane to win. I want him to knock him out. I don't care which Paul. Honestly, I would prefer the Paul that is 0-1 because I just want him to get knocked out right away.
Yeah.
But the 2-0 Paul works too.
Yeah, but you know what I think is unfortunate? I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think... Like, if they go through...
it's going to happen.
I hope it happens.
Here's why. There's so much gasoline on the fire. That being said, if someone pulls out, I don't think it's Kane. Kane ain't pulling out of this. No. Kane has... If you compare the comments between the two, one has been throwing shade, but also casually dismissing them. Like, pretending they don't know what team they play for. Or what a shark is. Or like... And they're not real shots. Kane has openly just said, I will knock you and your brother out.
Yeah.
I'll take that mop off your head and wipe the floor with you, I think was it?
He said, I'll cut your hair off and mop the floor with it.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And that is a really good line.
Yes.
And, like, it's one of those things where it's funny because as a Jets fan, this is a win-win. Okay. Either a public menace gets knocked out, or a global... Well, I don't want to say something too rude because we might be famous one day, and this could be looked back on with a bad word, but a global, somewhat polarizing figure.
Yes.
I'm playing the long game here, Carter. We're at 59. Who knows? It could be 59 mil, and that video really wouldn't have aged well.
Yeah. Hey, did you hear when Zach Nolan called Jake Paul and asked? I can't believe it. We found it 5 years later.
It's like, oh, now he wants to fight you.
Yeah.
No, but anyway.
Like, I think a lot of people, like, I when I was watching a little bit of that, because I just wanted to hear about what the whole conversation was when it came to Evander Kane. They're like, he's like, is this like a main event fight? Like, and then they
don't know who he is.
And then all the people are like, no, like, we don't know who this guy is. And I'm thinking, like, okay, like, is Logan Paul a main event fighter? I don't think so.
No, but the thing is that Logan Paul is not a main event fighter, I don't think, among fighting fans.
Among fighting fans. The only thing he kind of has is name recognition.
No, but I think Jake Paul was the one who did the fight. Jake Paul's the one who did the fight.
I can't remember.
Jake Paul, I think, is 2-0. Logan, I think, is 0-1.
Okay, well, whoever
it's really hard to tell. It's really hard to tell, honestly, not gonna lie. But also, did you see that video of them watching Jake Paul get the knockout win? It looks like there's, like, at least 150 people in the room. They're all tight together celebrating. No masks in sight.
Yeah.
So did we just cure COVID? Like...
Yeah, that was interesting.
Hell, Kane's not even going to get the fight on. They're going to be positive in, like, Area 53. Like,
I wonder how they would plan something like this. Cause
exactly how they
well,
played these last ones.
Well, like, plan what last ones?
These last fights that they've had before, because he just had a fight.
No.
Also, by the way,
that's not what
Robin
I'm
Leonard
saying.
saying "I'll knock your ass out" is a excellent. I don't know if you'll ever get a fight with anyone, Robin Leonard, but I love it. Sorry.
But what I was saying is that I don't think, in terms of scheduling, this is going to be an issue when it comes to the Paul brothers, whichever one you want to throw in there. I don't care; it doesn't make a difference. But
don't besmirch JP and LP.
Get that shit out of here. But I think this is mainly like because he said August. That's what Evander Kane said.
So Logan's
but
the
how
one
long's the
who
season
didn't know.
No. But listen. How long's the season gonna be? How long's playoffs gonna go into? Like, I'm just kind of curious.
He'll have time.
Like, I know he'll have time. It's just when the time's gonna be available. Because you can't just be like, oh yeah, next week we're having a fight. I mean, a few UFC fighters have had to do that, but that's
They prep for this. I'm
like,
just trying
what was
to
it,
find
Masvidal when he went against
something like that.
is it Khabib or whatever his name is? I can't
Habib?
Habib. I don't know. I don't watch enough UFC.
One, I'm not sure, but maybe.
He had
No, there was one against Usman or whatever his name was. That
he had like a week or whatever. I remember that. But yeah, so this will be interesting to see where it goes. It's really...
I think if Kane wins, NHL's getting a lot of publicity because NHL is, let's be honest, quietly, because it doesn't have as much name recognition as a lot, it is quietly the toughest sport in the league or in the world. There are sports that are more physically grueling than NHL.
Yep.
But those sports are designed that way.
Yeah.
For example, if somebody goes up to me and tells me fighting is harder than NHL, I'll say yeah, because it's designed that way. The NHL isn't designed to be a grueling sport. It's just how it's played.
Yes.
It's the difference between that and a sport like basketball, where, like, yes, there are limitations on certain other sports, but nobody goes and says, oh, that real ruthless, like, football. They just say, oh, big hit, he's out for the rest of his life. Like,
yeah, it's interesting because, like, I mean, I'd argue that as much as I love the NHL and I love hockey and all that, I think the NHL, out of the 4 major sports leagues, I think
there's no thinking. I know where you're going.
They are the lowest ranking. Like they like,
certain people make more money than like franchises.
They're not as big as the MLB. They're not as big as the NBA, and they're not as big as the NFL. Now, obviously, they're bigger than MLS, but you know that's I don't really count.
Are they bigger than MLS?
Yes, no question.
Oh, like which one?
I'm talking like North American.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking.
I thought you were going
Europe.
Yeah, I'm
well,
like,
they
no
don't.
one's touching.
It's not called MLS over there.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, MLS is just the North American league with like the Whitecaps and all that, and the Galaxy and whatever the names of the other teams are. I saw a game between those two. That's the only reason I know those 2 teams. But yeah, like they just. The thing about hockey is it's kind of a rich man's sport in the sense of like the reason soccer is the biggest sport in the world is because you need nearly nothing to play it. You need something to kick and something to act as a goal. You can put like literally 2 hats on the ground.
You don't even need that. Just look at 2 trees.
Exactly. You need almost nothing.
Do you have a sweater? That'll do.
Yeah, exactly. You need almost nothing to play soccer.
Oh, see, look. I'm looking on Paul's. I think it's Logan's thing, and now there's just there's just a couple.
That's awesome.
Evander Kane can
It's
mop
funny.
the floor with
you know what I like I said, as a Jets
Evander
fan,
Kane trains in boxing. Like, he's no joke.
Oh yeah, Evander Kane, he's a fighter. Like, he's someone who. Like, now, are they going to do, like, fighting or boxing?
He boxes.
Okay.
He was named after goddamn Evander Holyfield. Fun fact.
Okay, but does Jake and Logan Paul fight or box? They box. That's what I thought.
You think they fight?
I don't think so. I think I'd love to see an actual fight.
I want to see if
I'd love
Kane has ever actually boxed. Like, just.
You just want to see a video of him after
I know
that?
I know he practices and crap.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
But, like, oh, man, yep. Let's
Well, like,
just get past his
Kane,
banking.
the amount of strength that Kane has compared to these two.
No, he gets into fights with big guys like Ryan Reeves. He can.
Oh, he can do more than hold his
This
own.
is a fight he can most certainly
He's a
win.
fighter.
Also, if Paul thinks that it's a good idea to go from a former NBA player to an active NHL grinder, that is I don't know if you want to go there, buddy.
That's a huge jump.
That's a jump, and that's a jump that people don't even understand.
The only thing that goes down is height. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is that, like, and back to what we were talking about when it comes with the major sports things. Hockey is, like I said, it's a rich man's sport in the sense of, like, football. You can, like, when, like, for example, I play football and out of my high school, and all the stuff they have there is pretty much provided by them. All you got to do is pay a few $100 for the season, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Hockey, ice is way more expensive.
Like, okay.
You got to buy all your gear.
Yeah.
It is head and shoulders way more expensive.
Yeah, and you know what? That is an issue. Although that's something that has to happen. Like, it's one of those things that
It's gonna happen.
it sucks that that's the truth. That it's not a rich person sport, but it is a taxing sport on the wallet. And I say that fully aware that I did not have to pay for the equipment that I wore. I was lucky enough to have someone who could pay for it for me. Not everyone has that.
Yep.
And that's very important.
Yep.
But the thing is that there is a reason why hockey equipment costs so much. You are just, in layman's terms, you are shooting something made of vulcanized rubber, which, when you really know what a puck is, rubber really shouldn't even be in the word of bulk. It should just be vulcanized.
Because
don't even use the word rubber.
Rubber
The
is
second you say rubber, people will think it's gonna bounce. No.
It's a
that
very
thing bruises.
It's very misconceiving.
Yes.
Not misconceiving. Yeah. Like, people misinterpret it.
Misleading.
Misleading. That's the word I was looking for.
It's okay. It's okay.
Misleading. Yes.
Misleading
it's very
will be our word of the day. It's okay.
It's very misleading.
No, and also just that, and not even just that, but like with hockey, especially here, I know that not everyone can afford to go in hockey.
Yeah.
Which is very important, and that really comes down to a lot of development too.
Yeah. Now, one thing I will say is I love how, as of in the past 10 years, a lot of programs have been started up to help, everyone start playing. I think that's
Even
awesome.
just skating lessons is very important, and skating lessons is not the most unaffordable. Like they can be affordable, so that's good.
Yeah, and that's a thing though. When it comes to like these other sports, you don't need walking lessons. You don't need running lessons.
Well, you do, just a very younger age.
Yeah, I don't think you're paying for those. If you need if you need to pay for
also,
somebody to come to your house
it's worth
and teach
noting,
your child how to walk.
It's also worth noting that it can't be played everywhere. Like hockey has to be played on ice, and it's only played probably like in one season a year, which is. But yeah, like
unless
we're not gonna go too long because I don't think this episode's probably not gonna go too long. Honestly, we're on the tail end.
We need the XFL, but for hockey.
The XFL for hockey.
The XHL.
Isn't that just that Red Bull thing where they run? Remember the XFL for hockey? Remember? Have you seen those? It's like they do those tracks. I know Red Bull because that's probably one of the sponsors. It's like when they do extreme ice or whatever, and they're skating on the ice, and then
you're talking about it's basically downhill skiing but on ice with skates.
But they get to push other people.
That looks so dangerous.
Oh, it 100% is.
Like I've watched.
Someone in the comments can tell me what the name is. Yeah,
extreme downward skating.
No, maybe that's what it's just like it's on a course and you're like pushing people and all that.
That looks so dangerous.
It looks straight out of Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games. Is what
I had that. Like. I had that on my DS. It was a great.
Your DS, my DS. I had that.
Oh, you mean your DS that could break in half and put back together?
Yeah, when you threw it down the ground, you jackass! Face over here.
I was a little kid.
No, you weren't!
When was this?
We have the table upstairs. My DS charging. This is in the corner of the room. No one needs to go anywhere near there. Carter. Ah, boom, bang. Oh look, now I have 2 halves of a DS.
I think we're getting off topic.
Ass. Yeah. So honestly, I think we'll end it there. I think we should.
I don't really think there's much more to say.
No, this week was a little quiet,
Well,
you know what?
actually,
the last couple happened.
Can we talk for a few more minutes? As I was looking into some NHL owner stuff and how rich owners are, and one thing I didn't realize is
You can take this actually.
how little amount of money the Columbus Blue Jackets have. Do you know how much their owner has?
No.
$180 million.
Well, he's their new owner though.
Okay,
Because it used to be John Davidson, our cousin. John
no,
Davidson.
he was the president. He wasn't the owner.
Right.
There's a very big difference. But you mean our grandma's cousin?
That makes him related.
Well, he is related. Yeah.
There's blood there. It might not be pure Nolan blood, but there's blood there.
There's Henderson blood there.
Henderson.
Yeah.
Hendo.
But I remember hearing about that and I was like that's not a lot.
The Columbus isn't a hockey city though.
But the thing is
And
that,
no offense,
but I
Columbus.
saw this and I thought, like,
sorry, our dear Columbus fans, but
Yeah, Ohio
you
is-
got a branding issue.
it's okay. But yeah, that's an interesting name. But I kind of worry about this team's long-term stability.
I do too. But that being
Like, because
said,
I think where they are now, they're fine.
they don't have any. There's no star there to rally behind, especially after Panarin left. The closest you got is Pierre-Luc Dubois. I hope Max Domi inserts some popularity into this. Because honestly, you know what? There have been steps forward, though. Columbus made the playoffs. They've actually now won 2 official playoff series. They beat the Tampa Bay Lightning 2 years ago. And they beat Toronto in the play-ins, which count. So those are their first 2 ever series wins. And those are in the last 2 years each. So, you know.
So, I don't know. I just saw it and I figured I'd just talk about that. But there's really not much else to cover, I think.
Yeah, honestly. So we will say thank you for watching. If you like this, please leave a like, share it, and subscribe. We're gonna hope that this video doesn't get a glitched like counter like the last one.
Make sure you don't.
I'll wait 3 seconds before I like it. YouTube's
5
dumb.
minutes, yeah.
YouTube is dumb.
Yes, and that's what we're
Yeah, and be sure to follow us on Instagram at Nolan Hockey Podcast, and we will see you next time.
And check out our Mandalorian series as well.
Yes, that is our highest one. It beat out our first video, and honestly, we are shocked. We do plan to keep doing reactions to Mandalorian episodes. With this new tripod, so it's not just me running around a room on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Which is a good improvement.
Which is as much as that's enjoyable.
As much as classic as it is.
Yes.
Yes. And also, too, our next video, I believe, will be probably recording our Rebels Season 1 review.
Yeah.
Carter's seen it a lot. I hadn't really
I've seen Rebels all the way
hadn't
through.
seen it start to finish. I'm missing a lot. However, I do know main things like Twilight of the Apprentice. You know if you know. Stuff like that. I know.
Yeah.
I got the highlights, but seeing it all was really helpful.
Yeah,
so
I've seen it all the way through.
we'll be
beginning to
uploading
end,
that
so-
probably in at least a day. We're gonna let this one sit probably for a day.
Well, I mean, we probably should do it tomorrow. So
Well, should we upload this right after
we're gonna upload this right away,
and then we can do it like 12
But-
hours later or something like that.
and then Rebels will do sometime
We'll
tomorrow
talk it over anyway.
before the Mandalorian.
Yeah. Okay. So once again, thank you for subscribing. We are very appreciative of all the
And
support
if you
we're getting.
haven't,
Yeah,
please
and
do
if you
so.
haven't, please do so
What
because
are you doing? Subscribe.
yeah.
If you don't have-
Besides, like you
if
probably
you don't
subscribe
have
to
it-
like 50 other people, and it doesn't mean you gotta watch their content, so it's okay.
Are you encouraging people not to watch?
No, I'm just saying if it's gonna keep them awake.
Also, if you don't have a YouTube account, make one and then subscribe.
Yeah, that's nice. Or make 3.
That works too.
Everyone loves imaginary friends, and you can have them
Bots are welcome.
too. Yes, everyone is welcome.
Okay, I think we're done here.
Yeah, we should really stop this.
I think we're done here.
Okay, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.